Tackle-box and Fishfoot paddled their canoe to the center of the lake in search of shad. "This looks like a great spot," said Tackle-box. Fishfoot tossed over the anchor, or what he thought was the anchor. "Why did you throw the 2 paddles into the water and not attach the rope?" Tackle-box said in a mad voice. Meanwhile, they were drifting away from the paddles and going toward the middle of the lake. "Well, all we have to paddle with is our hands, so start paddling, Fishfoot," said Tackle-box. "Why me?" Fishfoot said. "Because you were the one who threw the paddles into the lake, not me," Tackle-box said in a very irritated voice. Fishfoot was not listening. He had already ate 1/2 of his sandwich. "Stop eating and start paddling," Tackle-box said. "It's fine, we're drifting closer to shore." "No, we're drifting farther away." Tackle-box's face bright red and putting his fist in his hand.
Back and Fishfoot paddled their canoe to the center of the lake in search of a shad. "This looks like a good spot," said Tackleback. Fishfoot tossed over what he thought was the anchor. "Fishfoot," Tackleback said. "Yeah, man," Fishfoot said carelessly. "I like that you're trying to help, but next time, can you not throw the bait over?" Tackleback said angrily. "Hey, on the bright side, we can swim down and collect it," Fishfoot said cheerfully. "All right, but you're swimming. I just got new shorts," Tackleback said, looking at his shorts. "Works for me," Fishfoot said as he jumped out of the boat. Under the water, Fishfoot saw millions of fish and sea life. But the one thing he couldn't find was the bait. He soon realized that he was going to run out of breath. He quickly shot out of the water. Phew! Fishfoot went back under the water, hoping to find a shad or something, but still no luck. He decided to give up. "Where have you been?" Tackleback inquired. "Under the water, duh," Fishfoot responded with a little attitude. "Geez Louise, you don't have to get so mad," Tackleback said. "Hey, where's the bait? Does it look like I have it?" he said, mocking. "No," Tackleback said, a little ashamed. "Yeah, that's what I thought," he said intensely. Suddenly, out of nowhere, Fishfoot got his first idea ever, but it was so great that he forgot it. For Tackleback, it looked like watching a movie. His face lit up and his mouth opened, but then he closed it and got sad right away. You okay?" Tackleback asked. "I just had an idea." "That's the first," Tackleback interrupted. "But then I forgot it," Fishfoot said sadly. "That's not," and I didn't finish.
Mama Piranha by me. Tackle-box and Fishfeet paddled their canoe to the center of the lake in search for shad. "This looks like a good spot," said Tackle-box. Fishfeet tossed over the anchor, or what he thought was the anchor. "Oh my, Fishfeet, where is your common sense?" Tackle-box said with a frown on his face. What do you mean? What did I do?" he said with eyebrows on fleek. "You tossed over the canned sardines for lunch. You tossed over the canned sardines for lunch. The water started to get wavy, which means something was after them." "Uh-oh," Fishfeet said while walking behind Tackle-box. "Piranha attack!" Tackle-box said with his eyebrows flaring as bright as the sun. "Swim," said Fishfeet. They swam all the way to the shore, but as only they were a few feet away, a mama piranha started swimming towards them. "Help! Help!" they shouted. A jet ski headed their way. They got out of the water. Fishfeet had to go to the hospital because his foot got bit off. That is why his name turned into Fishfoot.
Feet. No, foot.
That's sad.
By Mama Piranha. After that, they went to a pig roast over onto the beach. They lived happily ever after.
Said Tackle-box. Fishfoot tossed over the anchor, or what he thought was an anchor. Ooh, I see one." He jumped into the water and grabbed it. grabbed it by the tail. He turned around. It turned out it was a huge fish. Fishfoot put the net into the water. Let's go, Fishfoot. Let's go, Fishfoot. I put the net into the water. They drove back to shore, catching many fish. When he took out the net, it was full of fish. This is a lot of fish, he said. When they went to the house, the fish were dead. Look how big this one is. They both went over to the kitchen to get the knives. When they came back, all the fishes were gone. The first thing they saw was the door closed. Ha ha ha, someone said.
For some people.
A single shad. Tacklebox and Fishfoot paddled their canoe to the center of the lake and searched for shad. This looks like a good spot to fish, said Tacklebox. Fishfoot tossed over the anchor, or what he thought was an anchor. Instead of throwing over the anchor, he threw over the box of fish bait. And since the latch on the cooler of the bait was old and it didn't latch very well, the lid opened, sending many freshwater fish drifting underwater. The smell of their natural food attracted the shad to Tacklebox and Fishfoot's favorite spot. Fishfoot spot in the middle of the lake. Tacklebox and Fishfoot did not know what was coming next. Above the water's surface, Tacklebox and Fishfoot were arguing, and Fishfoot was defending himself. Why did you throw our lunch overboard? Tacklebox started. We had anchors drawn on our lunch boxes, so I mistake them for an anchor. What they didn't know was that Fishfoot threw over the bait, not their lunches. Their lunches were under their canoe seats. Underwater, many shad were building up, creating an elevator of fish. Meanwhile, they were still fighting. Underwater, the current was changing because of the shad below. Still arguing, Tacklebox and Fishfoot didn't realize their canoe was rising off the water surface. What it looked like from the people living in the cabins placed along the shore of the lake